Hello, my Cancers. Welcome to your Unity reading. And the purpose of this reading is we're going to ask the Creator what that they want us to know about our union, our unity. You know, this last year or two have been so divisive for so many people across the world for so many reasons. And so I'm going to ask the Creator, what do you want me to focus on for August? Unity and union is what came to me. As I did that, I was also prompted to look into the moons, the new moon and the full moon for August. And the new moon on August 8th is actually in Leo. And it's funny, of course, the energy around that, what stood out to me was that it's about uniting the needs of an individual with the needs of the whole. So that new moon is going to be about setting intentions about the needs of the whole, and taking action towards those intentions. I thought that was cool, and then I was like, oh, let me look at the full moon, which is on August 22nd, which is in Aquarius. And of course, the characteristics of Aquarians are that they have strong concerns for the humanity. They come up with new ways of doing things, which requires, like this objective view of others and their beliefs and that type of thing, as well, like of others' actions and mindsets, that type of thing. Also, being a water bearer, they show us what we're truly thirsty for. They carry those vases which are full of the waters of life. And for me, what the waters of life represent are the unconditional love of the Creator of all things, the essence of our Creator, which is unconditional love. So I love that for us. So just wanted to share that with you before we jump into the reading. And before we totally jump in, I just want to thank the Creator for being here. We're so grateful for your unconditional love and for your presence, your desire to be with us every second of every day as we go through life and every moment without judgment, that you are there just for love, support, and experiencing our lives with us. And we thank you and we welcome you. All right, so we're going to start off by pulling a card here from the Blue Messiah deck, which when I'm being guided to pull whatever deck for whatever readings, I do it intuitively and they jump out at me, and then so I use those. And I was like, oh, Blue Messiah, that makes total sense, because the Messiah in Christian faith is all about the Trinity, the Divine Father, the Divine Mother, the Comforter, the Holy Spirit or Spirit, and then the Messiah, the Son. And over this last year, what the Creator has been really showing me is that we are a part of our own individual Trinity, because the Creator, who's the Mother and Father of all things, has the ability to look at us as an only child and to interact with us as an only child. Creator has the ability to be everywhere all at once, so it doesn't have to split their time in between us and trillions of other souls. We get to have this relationship and experience as if we're an only child. So I just simply love that. Spoil us, Creator, as only children. We love it. All right, Cancers. So, Creator, what would you want our Cancers to know about unity, please? Unity and union. What is your message or information you want them to know, please? Okay. And you got magnetism. And we've got 18 there. And I love the imageries on here. I will read from the book here for the additional messages, but what I'm picking up intuitively from this, I heard, we attract to us what our energy is. So if we are feeling divisive inside or towards others, and we focus on the division, then that is what grows. That's what expands. But if we focus on unconditional love and unity and union, then that is what grows. So whatever our energy is, that's what magnetism we're putting out there. We also draw to us individuals from the outside. You know, you've always seen these movies where they have this, you know, huge electromagnet where they turn it on and everything metal goes whoosh. That's what I kind of feel with this is when you are feeling, you know, anger and resentment and, you know, all these divisive, uncomfortable emotions of fear, it attracts people that feel the same way, and that becomes, you know, a crowd that we just feed off each other's energy, and it just builds and builds and builds, where we can change that and focus on unconditional love and, you know, kindness and compassion. And as we do that, we also draw people like that to us and situations like that to us. So I love that message here. Let me see what the book has to say. And it says, magic is magnetic energy understood. That's a quote by Nari, N-A-R-I. And magnetic, I'll just show you better than explaining. See how magnetic here has magic in it. It says the universe is woven and bound together by cosmic threads of powerful magnetic forces. This same energy that keeps the universe in a state of constant creative motion is the same energy you hold within yourself. Like a magnet, you attract into your life everything that corresponds to your thoughts and your emotions. If you've drawn this card, pay attention to what you're currently attracting in your life. To understand real magic is to understand the amazing power of magnetism. You have this great magnetic force and the power to manifest possibilities into reality. You have the power to attract or repel the experiences that stem from your thoughts through magnetic currents of energy. Now is the time, dear one, to really take the reins on what you attract and manifest into your space. You have the power to either draw in experiences that are beneficial, positive, or detrimental, negative. Not all thoughts are actualized, only the strongest of thoughts. It's very important to keep your mind in a positive, healthy state. Should you find your mind wandering into lower vibrational thought patterns, change your thoughts to those of unconditional love. Dear one, the level at which you're able to master the power of your own mind will determine your degree of magic. And the chakra that this deals with is solar plexus and heart, which makes sense. Solar plexus, for me, is how you relate to yourself. It's our energy center on how we understand ourselves, how we feel about ourselves. And of course, the heart chakra is where the conditional needs of our humanness is met by the unconditional love of the Creator, and it meets in our heart because there's 3 chakras of the lower world and 3 chakras of the higher world, with the heart right in the middle. So I love that. These do come with exercises, so if you feel so drawn to do so, it says write down all that you would like to attract into your life and create your own I am affirmations to complement what you have written. And the affirmation for this card, as an example, says, I am a constant magnet of love, prosperity, and miracles. And isn't that the kind of magnet that would be awesome? Instead of a magnet of hate, lack, and devastation. I think that's everything. Yep. So I love that. I love that message about being a magnet. And then next we're going to pull a card here from the Oracle of the Unicorns, which again makes total sense on why this one jumped out, because uni and unicorn is one, or unity, so duh. I was like, oh yeah, that makes total sense why you picked that one. And one more time. All right, Creator, what else do you want Cancers to know about unity? Okay. You got partnership. Teamwork will give you a better result. Find trustworthy people to partner with. Build a talented support team. And that, again, magnetism, we were just talking about that too, about whatever energy we're focused on is what we draw to us. So, if we are in that place of division and anger and all that, we draw people the same, and that they become partners, but just partners in our own destruction and our own lack of peace and own lack of love, where, when we focus in on that magic side of unconditional love, we draw that, we find true partners that expand and help increase that. So I love that confirmation here, and we'll read from the book as well. So this card encourages you to reach out and connect with trustworthy people who can work with you or support you as you build your dreams. Trying to do everything yourself is holding you back, and you could free up so much time and energy by getting help. You could be stuck in a creative blind spot that someone with fresh eyes would easily see a solution to. Perhaps you're spending too much time cleaning and doing the laundry when you could be writing your book or launching your business. You may be in need of a life coach, an angel investor, an assistant, a personal trainer, an accountant, a business partner, a nanny, or even a cleaner. You know which area is draining your time and energy, so start making inquiries and look for someone who will love to help out and be hired by you. When you do find possible candidates, be sure to trust your intuition on whom to take on. Ask for references and testimonials, but always go with your inner voice and the person whose energy feels the best. What kind of magnetism do you have between each other? These unicorns know that partnerships make life more easy, fun, and magical. Delegating the tasks that drain you will free you up to step further into your brilliance. It's your time to shine, but you need a team behind you in order to soar to your next level of success. And yes, I know that can be a very scary place to be when we have to ask, not have to, but when we ask for help, because we fear being rejected. We fear others not wanting to help us or letting us down, disappointing us. But what I love is that you will know that individual because it's going to be so obvious to you. You're going to draw them to you like this magnet. So you're going to, be drawing into yourself some new people into your life. You're not necessarily going to be bringing in a whole new group, but as your polarity shifts, it's like a magnet. When they're in their proper place, they go whoosh, and you go again, you try to get them across, but if they're in their opposite, they actually repel. And so, if you have been surrounding yourself with negativity and those uncomfortable feelings of fear, anger, resentment, all those lovely emotions that we enjoy experiencing, and you've drawn other people in. When you change your polarity, if they don't change their polarity, they'll just bounce away, and that's okay, because it's also going to attract in your new group as well. Those other individuals that are in that same magnetism. All right, and I'm going to pull some cards here from the Light Seers deck, and we'll see what additional messages the Creator has. All right, Creator, for our Cancers, what else do you want them to know about unity, please? Okay. Any others, please? Okay, last pass. Any others? Okay. I feel like that one. Yes, that one. Okay, and that one. Alrighty. So I love this. The the Empress is all about nurturing yourself, about your emotions. All this water here is about feel your emotions. Don't, and also in those that has to do with intuition as well, and being open to others. You have this world, you have this idea, you have these dreams to be birthed, and that's going to move out into the world. But you also have the moon here, which is about the intuition. So a lot of intuition, trusting your emotions, trusting your gut, this gut, which is a baby, which is what you're birthing. And again, just a huge affirmation of accepting those. And another message that popped up in here was about the North and the South Pole. There's polarities, and you are making a change in your life, where you are changing polarities. You're just sick and tired of being sick and tired, and you're just tired of all the negativity. And now you realize that you can change that. You must, it's a good wake-up call today for you, and no judgment at all. I mean, we all go through an ebb and flow of, and out into the chaos and back into peace and spirit, and out into chaos and peace and spirit. But this is a good kind of rope going, hey, you can grab onto this and come out of that fog and realize, okay, yeah, I got caught up in that drama, and I'm ready to step out of that. Yep, because 8 of Swords. This is the thoughts and mentalities. You get to, see yourself in these two different places. This is when you're in the, negative polarity. You feel bound. In this case, you feel blinded. You just don't know what to think or believe, because you feel like you're in chaos with all these thoughts just flying around your head and looping and looping. But then you're able to step out from all that and see yourself as this calm, cool, and collective person, and understand and reflect back going, okay, I see what drew me into that negativity. I see why I attracted all those birds into my head. And I get to make different choices if I want to. If you prefer peace, the 8 is also a number of strength. So you do have that ability. Yep. And here you are, King of Swords. You've got this King of Swords is, again, the swords are mental state, our thoughts, our beliefs. And what I love about this, the King of Swords has balanced both the heart and the mind, and that's why he's the master of the thoughts. And whether you're male, female, or however you identify, it doesn't matter. The king just represents the position in your thoughts, and how you've mastered them, not what gender you are. I also love this card because it shows, you've got an owl and a bat, and a dragonfly here, in addition to the regular thoughts and the crow, which means that you've opened your mind to new possibilities. You've opened your mind to see different perspectives. It's no longer just the black crow is how we think. It's like, dragonfly represents spirit. The bat, actually, all of those represent spirit. The owl, the bat, and the dragonfly do represent seeing things from a different point of view, from a spiritual point of view. I don't have anything else other than that. The devil, what I love about, we're so taught that, this is a bad thing, but this is our shadow, and it's our employee. We actually, before we came down here, we're like, this is what we want to experience. This is what I want to go through. There's all these opposites and this drama that I want to experience. And they're like, okay, I'll take you. And then we go through it all. But what helps us with this too, when it comes to negativity and questioning these thoughts and these beliefs that are causing us confusion and chaos, the devil card in the tarot is actually this transition point, because what he does with it almost looks like he's offering, not only is it what strings are controlling our thoughts. It almost looks like that person right there, right? It's like, what's causing us so much angst and strife and division within us? And so when you look at it this way, only this much of it, he's like offering you through experience. And that's generally, he doesn't usually text you and say, hey, just an FYI, this is what's impacting you. Because we tend to ignore texts from the devil. What happens is our shadow brings us these experiences into our life over and over and from all different directions until we're like, oh, I see this belief about myself or others or the world. My judgment of this thing is what, is causing me all this. So he actually brings us that awareness, because after that then comes like the tower, which is the illumination and removal of the veil of where we can then see things truly for what they are. These things on the outside, all these opinions from the outside that are coming in, we see it for what it is, fear, people with fight or flight trying to be in control so that they feel safe, which makes us feel unsafe when they're trying to control us. So we fight back, and you just find this whole battle, all this chaos that's going on. So this is a beginning of revelation, which is like we're talking about. It's kind of like it's a wake-up call or a revelation of patterns that have been going on in our life for a while. Here we go. And again, Eight of Swords. Now you have the Eight of Cups. Again, a strength card. But I love this one because this represents what no longer serves us. This, like, she's doing this little ritual where she set those things on fire and she's walking away into something brighter, a new sunrise. Or a sunset, but she's walking toward light. She's walking to, new horizons in her life, which is what this is all about, right? You get to choose and leave behind what no longer serves and moving toward that which inspires and brings you hope and joy, just a very bright and vibrant future, right? And then lastly, so you got the Page of Wands, and Wands is all about the energy, the magic inside, the unconditional love, that brightness inside. And, as we remove all the energy that we're using to maintain and try to control all these thoughts and try to control the outside world and, all that energy that just is about, when we have all that negativity in our lives, it is exhausting. But when we focus on love and we have all that come through, we just become so joyous and full. It's just like, woohoo! And we, the page is like a child. And so I love how that comes back to the Trinity, like we talked about. You get to be spoiled and feel the love as a one and only child of the Creator. You get to experience what it would feel like to be the only child of the Creator, and just experience that one-on-one relationship and that one-on-one adoration from the Mother and Father of all things. Right, and then lastly, we're going to pull a card here from the Journey of Love, which, of course, that, like I said, for the full moon in Aquarius on the 22nd, it really is a lot about the water bearer, bringing that water of life, of unconditional love that quenches our thirst. And Eight of Swords, Eight of Cups, August. So I really feel this is a big confirmation that August is going to be a big month for you. Definitely. All right, Creator, what else do you want Cancers to know about their unity and union, please? Okay. You got the knowing without knowing. I'll show you the card. There's some very interesting artwork on these cards. So whatever you might see in that ink blot. And we'll read your final message for this reading anyway. It says, sometimes the heart knows in a way that the concrete mind and memory cannot. We feel something that we cannot quite express. Perhaps others are quick to dismiss it as a meaningless whimsy or irrationality. Yet that feeling beyond the mind's capacity to fully perceive is the ancient truth of your greater self reaching through time and space to connect with you. Like a phone line extending from a more ancient place in the world, you can hear it crackle, perhaps. Not the clearest reception, yet you can also sense the love traveling along that telephone line. The things that you feel and that do not appear to make sense are the things to trust most now. You're being guided by a force far greater than your own mind. An ancient divine brilliance is reaching to you, communicating with you. You may not hear or understand it with clarity as yet, but you can feel it. So trust what you feel. This oracle speaks to you of the opening up of your higher mind, of the part of your intelligence that can dialogue directly with the forces of divine guidance and creation. These forces use symbols, abstract communication through dreams and visions, through impulses that circumvent your conscious mind and have words streaming out of your mouth or flowing through your mind that you have not created of your own volition. Someone speaks to you and you respond with words that you feel you are hearing for the first time as they pour out of your mouth. Whose words are these, you wonder? It's your ancient self that speaks. Trust the strange and mysterious at this time. It's another way, an ancient way of wisdom that you're tapping into now. Enjoy this new sacred connection unfolding. This oracle is also confirmation that you have relationships around you now and continuing to come to you that are from times long past, karmic connections that will take you further on your journey of love. So we talked about that too, right? About there's individuals that are coming across your path for your purpose, for your learning, for your growth. But I do love these messages for you. Excuse me. You know, just really a big overwhelming piece of it all is just about this changing of groups that you're involved with, that you're interacting with, that you're intuitively understanding. You know, when it talks about trusting your gut and trusting your intuition, trusting from a place of unconditional love. You know, we don't trust our emotions that are of fight or flight because those are just all about protection, control. But when you trust your feelings of love coming from unconditional love, that is when, you know, it talked about the crackliness we get clearer messages from the Creator and from our angels and our loved ones on the other side. Because when we're in this noisy, fear-based emotions, it's very loud and very crackly. But the Creator and everyone on the other side speaks a language of love. And so they're at this higher vibration, at this frequency on this radio station, not this lower, register radio station. They can always hear us, but we can't hear them until we tune in to this level. And that requires us to get out of our noisy, negative, mentalities, taking deep breaths, getting away from it all, maybe even to nature. The Empress represents, nature and as well. So getting out and spending time with Mother Nature out there just helps us get to that place where we can not have so much noise and we can hear clearly as well. But just the huge message that I feel stands out the most is we attract our tribe by our vibe. Whatever vibration we're putting out is what we attract to us. So, if we're being attracted to negativity or other negative people being attracted to us, then we can check ourselves and go, you know what, is that really what I want to have in my life every day? I'd rather have, maybe unconditional love, peace, joy, and laughter instead of the opposite. So I love this for you. Just know as you go through this experience here in August that you are unconditionally loved by the Creator of all things as their only child. So enjoy that feeling. Know that I love you too, and we'll talk to you soon. You take care.